Anyways, we're gonna figure out the best way to get to the other endings. I don't have to middle click. Well, that could have, if it's like that in Snoop Game, if it was like that the whole time through, then that would have made the middle clicking a lot less annoying because of that shitty mouse. Shouldn't there be a gallery of CGs that I've went through? Whatever. Start from. Okay. I'm gonna go through everything again. I'm gonna do the opposite choices that I remember God, this is gonna be annoying. I'm gonna do what I did last time with Snoop Game, where I just make the opposite choices and see what differences there are. And I'm going to read out as much as I can tell that's different. And then just go from there. No. Options. Enable debug scores. Sure. Like, this is the part I kind of dread doing because it's a goddamn logistical nightmare. Okay, Ben's story. False. Ending, none. Score Inco support. Huh. Alright, so this is what I did originally. Alright, score Inco. Alright. No sneeze for me. What's life without a bit of risk? I wait for Miss Propling to start a new tangent to make sure I have enough time. She just said something about the single continent movement. Time to move. This is going to be basically a stick figure, but it's just a doodle. If only you could doodle a photograph. I'm not sure what I even mean by that. What's wrong with me? I also don't know how to draw a wheelchair. It's simple. It's not that hard. I would know. In the end, it looks more like an abstract depiction of a bow-legged T-Rex than what I wanted. Oops, it'll have to do. I check it over one last time, as if I had the conceptualization to improve it. Oh well. I pass the note forwards, careful not to notify the teacher. I'm just glad that this time I don't have to sit here and list out each and every little choice that I think matters. And if somebody asks, like, the game does it for you. You can figure it out yourself a lot easier now. Makes my life a hell of a lot easier. I had to do that like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. I pass the note forwards, careful not to notify the teacher. Olivia takes the note over her shoulder, once more not checking it. She seems to deflate a bit on opening the note. Probably because of all the blank space. It doesn't look like she recognizes whatever I did either. Maybe I should talk about it with her after class. I don't know, seems like an okay thing to do. She just passed the note again. What? Once more, the process of students taking the note and passing it along without looking at it. Although this time it's a little more collectively annoyed. It probably won't go around again. Why the heck would Olivia send the note around again? Nobody's going to change their mind and draw something now. Is it desperation? Thoughtlessness? Whatever it is, the note's coming my way again. Once I take it, I confirm that yes, once again, nobody else wrote anything. However, there is a new doodle of a rat with a flamethrower from Olivia. Cute. Alright, guess this time I'll draw. How about adding myself to the sketch of the half-pipe? This time I'll just depict myself as a stick figure. Not far from the truth. No use trying to go outside my skill level for a note-passing game. It's simple enough to do. I'll even include my sunglasses. Yeah, I'm liking this. Maybe I should also make sure Miss Prockling isn't looking my way. Yeah, she's not right now. I'm in luck. Alright, time to pass this on. I pass the note forward once more. Olivia pinches the note between two fingers, still not looking back. I keep saying that, but I guess it's not weird. Why would you look back in that situation? She checks the note and looks a bit down again. She glances up to the corner I'd drawn in. I nearly fall out of my seat from the sudden loud noise. There's a moment of unwavering silence before a voice speaks up. Miss Halford? The girl in question shrinks in her seat in embarrassment. Sorry, Miss Prockling. I saw a spider. Miss Prockling simply sighs, muttering to herself and turning her attention back to writing more notes on the board. She turns her head back slowly, just enough to be able to make eye contact with me. While she eyes me with judging contempt and curiosity, I see her hand is tenderly massaging the tip of her tail. Looking at the floor, I think she managed to chip the linoleum. As soon as Prockling turns around to continue teaching, Olivia scribbles something down. She turns to look at me once more, hesitating. Then she flicks the note in my direction. It completely misses me. I try to catch it mid-air, but end up slamming my face onto my desk to get it. A real smooth Chad. Mr. Nito, what was that noise? I palm the note into my sleeve and strain to keep my injured eye open. The teacher probably meant the foot stomping. I found that spider, Mrs. Prockling. The teacher grimaces. That better be cleaned up by the end of class then, Mr. Nito. Yes, ma'am. I breathe a sigh of relief as my excuse weathers Mrs. Prockling's scare. She turns a few pages in a textbook lying on her desk instructing the class to do the same as she searches for something. She's distracted. I can finally see what Olivia drew. There's now a surprisingly detailed dodgeball whizzing towards my stick figure's head. I want to be upset, but I find myself admiring her motion lines. Seriously, she should be an animator. I mull over what to add and settle on giving the large rat sunglasses as well. A few seconds later, he looks twice as cool as before. He could be from Mars. Sorry. I look up to Olivia, pondering how to get it back to her when a sinister idea comes to mind. Her hood hangs open as it rests on her back. It's a tough shot, but bingo. Olivia scratches at the back of her neck and finds the note. She looks back with squinted eyes, judging my intent and scanning me for foul play. She mouths something at me, a question I think, but I'm not the most apt lip reader, especially with this going on. Especially when said lips are thrice as long as a human's. Still, she unfolds the page, and seconds later she's already added a new sketch and folded it up. The note lands neatly on my desk this time, and I inspect the latest edition. More rats doing decidedly non-rat activities. I wondered what she'd think of a cat this time. We continue passing the sheet back and forth, adding new sketches and adding to others. My fingers are starting to tire when Miss Procklin addresses Olivia. Alright, Miss Halford, you may leave now. Everyone else, you may take the last 5 minutes to start on your homework. Olivia takes her time to pack away her supplies, occasionally glancing my way. Gone is the paranoia. It's now become just plain confusion. As if I wouldn't play the doodle game thing with her. Even as she wheels out of the room, I notice her eyes still on me. I give her a wave goodbye, and she seems shocked by that, turning her head and finally passing through the doorway. Right then, homework. Ah, crap. Ah, crud. It only now occurs to me there's a pretty good reason the teacher doesn't want us slacking off during class. You know she posts on Reddit with this shit. For the last 5 minutes, I try to speed read the second chapter in its entirety. Failing to get any good information to use for today's homework, I resolve to just check online for a lecture that's not as boring. Maybe one with some good animation even. When the rest of us are finally excused, I realize that I've still got the page full of doodles. Considering all the stuff in it, it'd feel like a waste to just toss it away. I decide to keep it, slipping it into one of my binder's extra plastic sleeves. With everything safely packed away, I shoulder my backpack and exit the room. Man, now I get why Olivia gets to leave some classes early. The halls are so packed and chaotic once class ends, I always end up being pushed around by rowdy students headed towards their next classes. Once school ends, it's even worse. When I saw it yesterday, it was something else. The word riptide comes to mind. I end up just waiting around for a few minutes for the flow to die down. It looks like that's just going to be my routine now. I pass by a few more art displays on my way to the stairs back down to the first floor. This isn't the art wing, but there's still a bunch of displays up. Maybe there simply isn't enough space. Something presses onto my chest and lurches me to a stop. It's Olivia, holding an arm out to stop me. She's still staring up at me, though less suspiciously. Her jaw's open, but no sound comes out. She realizes her hand is still out and it retracts awkwardly, indecisively darting between her hoodie pocket and her armrest. Is she expecting something? Oh, the note maybe. Hey, you could have told me. Huh? That you were in Miss Prockling's class too. You could have mentioned that. Sorry, guess I was sort of aiming for a bit of a dramatic reveal there. She brushes her hair aside. Well, whatever. Later, I guess. Why did you stop me out here? She stops her chair mid-turn, with gray eyes contemplating the dirty floor. I don't really get you. Olivia's eyes turn back to me, and now I can see the nervousness in her pupils. Why do you care? Why indeed? Well, I guess the main reason is I want to be friends. With me, though? Sure. Those tiny moments in which I saw the Gator girl hyperanimate come to mind, and I can't help but smile. Those small shows of just genuine feelings. I think Mr. Ideken was right, honestly. Olivia hums in disagreement, finally turning away. Ah, crap. Maybe that was too forward of me. I swing my backpack around so I can reach inside it. I still have that note. Note? What, with the doodles? From class right now. Why? Just figured you'd want it. It was fun filling it out and all. Just as I'm about to pull out my binder, the Gator girl looks back at me and shakes her head. It's just doodles. You can throw it out. Keep it. If it's so important. For the briefest second, I swore I saw her mouth form a tiny smile. But now she's back to looking neutrally at... I didn't notice the school had elevators. Why don't more people use it? She flashes a key from her pocket. So it's part of her accommodations. Makes sense. By now, the hallway has cleared up a bit. The elevator arrives and Olivia rolls in. She moves her arm to push the button and jams the key in some slot. What's to look for? You coming? Oh, I slide in beside Olivia, but just before the door closes. It's probably safe to catch your foot in and just reopen, but man, this thing is ancient. There's an inspection certificate lazily plastered above the door from this side. It's covered in coffee stains and other signs of age. Is this thing really safe? Olivia shrugs. Oh, what's the worst that'd happen? Our legs break? Just lie down when it starts falling. She eyes me with a smirk. This may have been a mistake. My heart drops as the space around me seems to drop for a split second. The sound of the worn-out elevator mechanics fill the cramped space. How slow is this thing? I'll look over to Olivia. She uses this thing daily. Surely it normally runs smoother. Her mouth hangs slightly open in an amused grin, watching any sudden onset claustrophobia. My sudden onset. Relax, dude. This is normal. Alright. Wait a minute. Relax, dude. This is normal. Alright, this is normal. With this thing jostling around like it's going to drop us at any second is completely normal. When we reach the bottom, the doors clunk open, and I practically fall out. Olivia casually rolls from behind. Somehow I sense it's with a degree of superiority. Anyway, see you later. Yeah, see ya. Olivia rounds a corner and I'm left on my lonesome. My senses return to me and I start making my way to the metro station. Well, as I make the journey home, it strikes me how much progress I've made with Olivia. It's definitely still in its awkward phase, but I see that she's opening up little by little. And it's starting to become amusing seeing her get confused by my friendly gestures. All in all, I got a pretty good feeling about this. Liz and Ben sure were overreacting though. I'll be sure to tell them all about it. Okay, I guess that's the good choice? Yeah, because you want pluses for both of them. If I'm going outside, it would be rude of me to leave without saying bye at least. She looks at me quizzically. Sure. But I think I'll try staying until the end. This has probably been the best day I've had since I moved here. And my first real friends in a long while. I'm glad to have been invited. She's not leaving, but she's scanning me suspiciously. Damien's been a great friend, and his folks have been really nice to me. Better than my own parents, even. You're lucky to have them, I think. Do I have hair in my mouth? What the fuck? You're lucky to have them, I think. I guess. Good for you. Have fun with that. I really need to. I think you should come along. She freezes. What? Her eyes widen and some of the color leaves her face. No, I can't. I think this time the context around her coming outside has changed a bit, so... Alright. Why not? Mr. and Mrs. Payne. They already have Vincent and Damien to worry about. And right now they're hosting all the other guests. They've got plenty to deal with already. I'm not worth the accommodations. Just leave it. Let them be normal. Even then, it's like I said, I don't have much time left. That's a little overly harsh. And it was every argument she had. They're the kind of arguments that come from desperation and guilt, to convince herself it's for her own good. Maybe it's a little presumptuous, but that's at least the sort of thoughts I've had reading notes from my parents, allotting me resources like I'm just an anthropomorphized mouth. Certainly doesn't seem like I'm worth it to them sometimes. But they're your godparents, right? They're helping your folks, yeah, but they chose to have you here because they want to let you be normal. That doesn't... A normal part of their family, I mean. I don't think they'd have you here if they didn't want that. Oh, please, go on and tell me more about my own family. Her voice is sardonic. She's not making eye contact anymore, but she's listening intently. This is all stuff she's known already. But you're absolutely right about one thing. You don't have much time left. Neither do I, honestly, even if it's mostly because of moving. You know what they say about rolling stones gathering no moss. In that way, we're in the same boat. Give it a shot. There's some perfectly good moss right up there. Okay. I'll try it with you. That analogy was pretty dumb, but you're right. It's bullying time. We're gonna support Olivia. As much as I want to go off on Mia and her posse, Olivia wouldn't want me to try standing up for her again. Not after how I tried to handle it with Ben. Besides, I'd probably fumble the words and make myself look like a fool anyway. So there's not really much I can do. But what I can do is nothing. Say nothing, do nothing, just wait for Olivia to pass by. She stops a bit in confusion, but quickly remembers she's currently on the run. When she passes by, I follow down the same hallway, slowing my pace to be slightly behind her. Olivia turns to look at me with equal parts surprise and dread. I think a part of her fears that I'm about to say or do something really stupid. Instead, I merely give a warm smile. To be picked on by that many people all at once, I'm all certain they're doing no wrong. It's terrifying. It's in moments like this, she should know that someone's got her back. Even if I have nothing to offer, at least the playing field will be a bit less one-sided. now that she has someone beside her. The hell? Hey, I know that jacket. And I know that bullseye for a head from a mile away. Wait. And I know that bullseye for a head from a mile away. The group starts following behind us. Olivia glances over to me, and I return another small smile. Well, well, if it ain't Baldy. Coming in to save the day or something? I don't respond. Instead, I keep my head forward and keep on walking with Olivia. That seems to catch Mia a bit off guard, and I can hear the gears in her mind visibly start to turn. Hey, I'm still talking to you, Hot Wheels. The sound of shuffling boots starts to gain on us. Just because you have Baldy here now to protect you isn't going to save your hide. Neither him or any of your dipshit friends. I can see Olivia's claws digging into her armrest at the nickname, but otherwise she maintains her apathetic leer. The more we walk, the more obscenities Mia keeps blurting out to try and get a rise out of either of us. This is why you don't have any real friends, you skipless salamander. I don't know if Olivia has a plan, because I can't fully understand why she's letting Mia walk all over her like this. But I remain steadfast and believe that she knows what she's doing. That's all I really can do. Who'd even want to be with a cripple like you? I can hear Mia laughing at her own words. Olivia, please change your mind and waste this bitch. Oh my god. So you got something to say now, Hot Wheels? She shrugs. If that's how you feel, Mia. What? Olivia doesn't say anything else. She only turns around and begins to wheel herself down the hallway. For a moment I stand in place and watch as Mia tries to process what happens. Even her posse looks confused, unsure of what to say. You really got her, Mia? Yeah, definitely showed that leathery bitch. Mia jerks her head to her cohorts and glares at them, angered by their petty comments. Then she stares down with obsidian daggers in her eyes. Well, that's my cue to leave. With the grace of a headless chicken, I scrambled down the hallway to catch up with Olivia. How far up do those pants go up on her? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Rounding the corner, there's no Olivia to be found. Where'd she go? I suddenly hear Lunera's voice echoing down the hall, followed closely by Mia's. Mia, what are you doing? Get back here, you fucks! Oh no! Oh no, no, no! Not alone. Not with them. I'll have lipstick all over me. Sorry. Dread fills me as I hear the pursuing predator's heavy footsteps behind approach me. I'm grabbed from behind. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Oh! Suddenly, I'm violently pulled aside, and blood's going somewhere it shouldn't. Right into the school's elevator. Oh. Never mind. Right into the school's elevator by the collar of my jacket. Oh! Oh, thank God it wasn't Mia. She jams the key into the slot and smashes the button on the second level. As the doors close, we hear Mia roar out for us. Next time I see those two again, I'll make sure that oversized cue ball has no... I'll make sure that oversized cue ball has to use that wheelchair of hers instead. Thankfully, the elevator doors close shut, and the car jerks upwards before making its ascent. Never knew I'd feel grateful to be in this death trap. As I catch the breath I had unknowingly held, my eyes align with a pair of silver serpentine eyes. I appreciate what you did for me back there. I'm surprised. Not sure what to say back, really. Instead, I smile back and nod. In return, she gives me a half smile before recomposing herself. You should, roll with me in the elevator now. How come? Well, you just become enemies with her. If she sees you, you'll be a wad of gum under her boot. I don't mind. Oh, Joy. Yeah, your best bet is just to avoid her now. This way you stay out of the hallways. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. Wait, the elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me in the... Wait, the elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me in the entire rest of the school? Yes. We hear the small electronic bing of the elevator, and the doors slide open. Alright. But why do all of this? Wait a minute. Nothing. I thought I made the right one that time. I thought like half of it I did the right thing, but I guess not. Well, okay, this part is just new things that I didn't do before. And then I'll just start over and go did 2, then 3, then 4. How about that? But why do all this? I'm gonna hate myself for thinking this, but she still hasn't really told me why she did it. I don't want to push the issue too hard, but if not now, when? I just want to know, why go through all the trouble? What were you trying to accomplish? I immediately regret my words as the painted grimace on her face drives home the mistake she's made. Even if I'm in the right to ask, I feel like the villain for pressing her. But out of respect for Olivia's feelings, I stand steady, because to back down would be to denigrate her. Never heard that one. Like all those people in the past had done. In her past had done. I wanted to see what people thought of my art without knowing that I was the one who made it. Why would you want that? Isn't it obvious? It's always the same thing. Her voice takes a deeper pitch. Oh wow, you're so talented in spite of your condition. This time it's a higher, shriller tone. Amazing, it's like you aren't disabled at all. Her voice returns, this time weighed down with contempt. For all their kind words, it always comes back to those empty platitudes. It never felt like they cared about me or my interests. It's always just blind praise because I'm doomed to never measure up to the same level of expectations. The worst of it came when I found out I couldn't even fail on my own. The sound of her talons tearing more paper on the floor enhances her heated words. Even when I intentionally do something wrong, someone's always there to pick up after me or to assure it's a good in certain lights. She rips more off the page with every sentence. These are just some old sketches from throughout the year. Nobody else has to live with that paranoia. That every positive word spoken in action taken to help you out. That every positive word spoken and action taken to help you out is just someone acting out of obligation or insecurity. It got so bad at one point I was almost being forced to accept these freaking accommodations. I just ended up... She drops what little remains of the pages unceremoniously, cutting everyone out. I'm never gonna come out on top, and I'm never gonna be allowed to fail. Nobody's allowed to feel anything but pity for me when they meet me, and guilt when they even considered not just giving me a free pass. Nobody has any agency, and that's just how things are. The bell rings from a distance, signaling the end of lunch. Within my mind, I can vividly imagine the sounds of her classmates grumbling complaints as they shuffle to class. Instead, I chose to listen to the rain, how the soft pitter-patter of droplets land atop my umbrella before slipping gently to the ground around us. Internalizing that sound alongside the dimmer ambiance and overall wetness has turned the tiny park I'm accustomed to into a near-alien local. I wondered to myself if this is why Olivia came out here. In a small way, all of her work seems to revolve around average places, but altered with unnatural and beautiful overlays. Creating from the familiar and yet adding in the fantastical. I look over to Olivia, who also seems to be lost in thought. And it does sound pretty tough. You gonna be alright? No. Honestly, that's only the start of it. But I don't want to. No, you wanted to know, right? I want to tell someone. Anyone. Right now it's just Ideken. I'm sure he's sick of it. Alright. This crap even affects my family. You say that like you don't think they are. They aren't, though. I can't change that. She sighs. You're right. I should be a bit more grateful to them. But at the same time, it's... like... I knew all too fucking well I could just hang out at the Paynes for as long as I needed to after graduation. They're just too nice to not. And the arrangement with my actual father could possibly last indefinitely. I could just detach from society and leech off of everyone around me forever. And it'll still just be pity and guilt. But you saw them at the pool party. They love you. I know. I know, and I hate it, and I want to love them back. But I just can't. Not now. I've already wasted so much. Who am I to suddenly turn around in my last year? I just want to get out of their hair. Not waste their time anymore. Otherwise... I'll be the one hurting them, wasting all their patience and kindness for years, like I already have, and I'd never be in the wrong. Who the fuck wants a free ride through life all like that? And it's all I have waiting for me, realistically. Damn it, why am I telling you all this? Olivia clutches her throat. Her voice had gotten strained and weak. It hurts to speak at all, but she's just been letting it all out. Hell, what am I doing just watching? I'm such an idiot. I rummage through the insides of my backpack again until... here it is. Pulling out a water bottle, I offer it to her. She eyes it on the ground indifferently, then goes to drink it. The whole bottle is finished in one go, and she drops it in the growing pile of trash. Thanks. I give a silent nod. She looks off into the distance again, picking up her train of thought. That's why I had to do it. I had to know if I really was good at something for once. Really, genuinely good. No false praise, no parasocial relations where I'm verbally filleted, so everyone else can feel better for it. I had to know my art was real. That I could be something for real. That I have a real way out. Attican assures me all the time it's good enough. Fuck, why didn't I listen to him? He probably knows everything by now. Anyways, he usually does. Honestly, taking all of this in at once is challenging to digest, to say the least. You said you expected to get caught. Yeah, I said I wanted to be. I wasn't sure other people would see it, if you caught it fast enough and switched it back, thinking it was a bug. Then you started getting all this praise out of nowhere. Yeah, I did. Seems a bit sad in retrospect. Yeah, around then it really settled in just how badly I messed up. I tried to get you to notice it by showing me the submission yourself. Then you just go to the office to get it changed. Nobody would get hurt. End of story. But of course you still had your own saved. You're always just so prepared for anything. She gestures to the crushed water bottle. The weeks go by, you get more praise, and I get more nervous. Then today, and Olivia's hand finally falls into her lap, limp and spent. Here we are. It's my turn to say something, I guess. I just don't know how to process all this. It's not like friendships come with instructions. My own thoughts are muddled, pushing me to find some way to comfort the girl before me. And yet, to comfort her would be to demean her like people have done in the past. It's so confusing, and frustration and pity mix haphazardly in my stomach. It's nauseating. Pity for the girl before me that had wronged me, but not out of real malice. Frustration at myself because Olivia was right, having unveiled an uglier side of me I wasn't aware of. Okay, so that changed to true with support. Yeah, here we are. Olivia stares at me with puffy eyes, as if expecting me to scold her like she's a misbehaving child. Instead, I hesitantly place a hand on her shoulder as some sign of support. Thank you for telling me all this. Olivia uses the cowl of her hoodie to wipe her eyes. I'm actually a little surprised to see smudges of mascara come off. Didn't think she would wear makeup. It looked so natural on her. As I watch Olivia try to recompose herself, I can't help but be happy that she'd let her walls come down so much for me to see. Hear it from me, Olivia. I don't think you have to hide yourself behind curtains to know if people genuinely enjoy your work. Every morning, everyone who walks into school gets to see the beautiful mural you made. Most of them probably don't know that you were the one that made it, but it'll always stick with them, like it did with me. Even with her head down, I can see a smile beginning to form. So, for what it's worth, I forgive you. Olivia nods, eyes still somewhat teary from her little episode. No, thank you, Inco. I feel my face warm up. It's nothing. It's not nothing, though. The warmth grows more intense as silvery eyes, still wet with spent tears, look into mine. It's not unpleasant, but I'm scared of the temperature possibly making me sick. She's also looking dead tired. All this has taken a lot out of her. I know I didn't mean it like that, it's just... I'm glad to be friends with someone as talented as you, Olivia. She recoils a bit from the compliment. They must be the first in a long while to be getting through. Tell you what, I'll forgive you if you teach me. You already said that. Olivia looks down in contemplation. But all right. I'll teach you how to paint. But you should know, I'm a lousy teacher. You've seen my work in class. I'm a lousy student. I got a feeling it'd work out. Hey, don't make it weird. Yes, Professor Halford. Stop making it weird. I chuckle as I'm playfully shoved by her. So, after that, after everything was said and done, things became quiet. Let her fail. Ben's story, true. I'll pay attention to that in the future. My thoughts land on what Olivia said earlier in the conversation. Are you gonna tell Principal Scaler? Olivia flinches a bit. The principal? Why? About what you did. You said you were expecting to get caught. We can't tell them officially. Anything but that. Olivia shifts uncomfortably in her spot. Why not? If they found out, it's all over. Isn't that a bit extreme? Honestly, it'll be the end for you, too. It's my turn to flinch. Olivia's getting worked up again. New fear starts spiking through her eyes. I don't need to ask, Olivia answers anyways. You didn't talk about it until now, after it's nearly guaranteed to win. With the stakes, it looked like you were complicit. Or worse, like it was your idea. You'd be a fraud. There's that word again. Fraud. No. That word. All over my record in senior year. When I'm about to have to find a career. Fraud. But even so, isn't it the right thing to do? I can handle it. Don't worry about me. Please, Inco, no. Oh, right. Yeah, put it in front. There's more. I told you, I'm not eligible to even enter. I already won before. I got the notoriety and money. The winning piece is featured on the cover of Volcadera Monthly and even gets an article. That's more than a scholarship. That's a foot in the door. They can't do anything about the money. It's long gone. But if everyone knows what I did, and it gets to those magazines. She clutches the sleeves of her hoodie and stares me dead in the eye. I need it to graduate. I fucking hate it, but I need it. That's my only way out. My only way to actually go somewhere. You're putting all your eggs into that one basket. There's no other baskets. I just can't risk it. I know I just carried on about why does nobody let me fail. But this, it's serious. They can't know. Please, Inco. I can't lose everything over this mistake. I just can't. I can't. Fraud. God, not that. But, isn't it? Olivia grabs the side of my jacket and yanks herself close. The motion tips the umbrella over. It slides a few feet away in the breeze. Yeah, just put that on top. It makes her almost lose her balance and falls over onto me. I don't have to do that. I'm stupid. The motion tips the umbrella over. It slides a few feet away in the breeze. It makes her almost lose her balance and fall over onto me. Her breathing is erratic. Inco, listen to me. Please, I can't lose this. I can't be doomed to be nothing. This is all I have. You can't go to someone about this. I'm begging you. She's tugging me towards the ground, closer to her. My jacket's starting to tear. I can feel her anxiety by how her hands are quivering with fear as they grip tightly at my coat. It's my fault, okay? Not yours. You don't need to make it your problem. Please. Okay. Nobody else has to know. It'll have to be our little secret. Olivia exhales and lets go. All at once she slumps down. I have to hold out my arms to stop myself from falling too. Olivia ends up slumped over my lap sideways. Oh. Hey, you okay? No. I'm really not. The Gator girl tries to push herself up from my lap. Her attempt only ended up with her twisting on my legs and turning her face and chest upwards. She must be really exhausted, as even her attempt to blow over her wet hair from her face is unsuccessful. God damn it. Is this what it's all come to? I got away with it too. Fuck, I'm just like Ben. You have the energy to get up? Not yet. Olivia? What's wrong with Ben? How are you like him? She exhales hard. Ben. It's all his fault. All of it. If not for him, I wouldn't be this thing. Some worthless heap, unable to do anything, with nothing and nobody. None of this would have happened. This sounds like something I shouldn't be prying into. You don't need to tell me. Yeah, I don't. But I did this to you. I should be honest. Can you get off my legs first? They're going to sleep. I'm starting to lose feeling with your fat ass. God. You too? Fine. Can you help me up at least? I take Olivia's shoulder and help her back into her sitting position by me. She just leans back against my shoulder. Sorry. Been a long day. I guess it's fine for now. Where do I even start? That Ben. I don't even remember how we became friends. But we definitely hung out a lot in my last year of middle school. He didn't care that I was in the chair. He didn't treat me any different. He was cool. What's the issue then? Olivia bops my chin with her skull. Let me finish. He was cool. But in freshman year, back then, Ben was only in the student council as a secretary. I was looking forward to that yearly art show. Worked all summer for the perfect piece, Dreamscape. Disdain was heavy in her tone as she said its name. Yeah, it won. It wasn't supposed to. Once again, her eyes were teary, though with rage this time. My mouth clicked shut as she glared at me. Her eyes closed, and her tone was once again sorrowful. Ben started advertising himself as my friend, like it was some part of his own personality. The sigh that escapes her carries years of her repressed anger. Even his friends started doing it too, like being around me was an act of charity that made them better. He eventually told me straight up. I'll give him that. Jesus Christ, Ben. Her voice shifted again, but this time instead of a voice to lampoon someone, it was an eerie facsimile to Ben. I'm universally down on my luck. Not even a week later, people started walking up to give praise to my submission. It was the first time in a while I'd gotten a compliment for my work. I thought my submission was going to win. It was exciting. Until Damien showed me an article in the school newsletter written by a certain student council secretary. Half of it was basic crap about the art submissions. The other half was about me. Ben had written the longest segment about the talented poor girl in the wheelchair, and practically worshipped me for my determination. Surprise, surprise, it wins by a landslide. Even when my piece won, all I could remember was that feeling of just being handed a victory as charity. My whole summer, all that effort just overshadowed. And for what? A safety net that I didn't earn. You really thought I was going to thank him. That's the worst part, honestly. As if I would after using me as a stepping stone to climb the social ladder. I couldn't take it anymore. I told him to get out of my life, and he just gave me this look. I'll never forget it. Genuine confusion, like I was an alien for being upset. But what he said, "This is your only chance of succeeding out there." I wanted to just give it all up. But by then, the money, the exposure, this fucking safety net, I just took it. He was right. He was right, and I hate it. I really fucking hate it. So that's what's between Ben and Olivia. I figured it was something, but yeesh. After that, I just couldn't. I shut everything out. Everyone out. Everyone was fake. Everyone didn't want to know me. Just what I exist as. Even my own family. Hell, it's all his fault. All of it. Well, what? That's it. That's the truth. I just want to graduate and get away from here. From him. He ruined my life. Because of him, I'm not Olivia. I'm Olivia, the poor sad cripple. That title is forever fixed to my name. Come on, that's not true. You're right. It's not. You're Olivia. No, that's also not it. I'm not Olivia. I'm God's funniest joke. I nudged the umbrella back over to us. It goes back into its spot propped up between us, recreating the canopy shielding us from the elements. Olivia looks to me to gauge a reaction. That was the sort of speech given by someone that had years to think about it and hold it in. And it was just one she's been waiting to give to anyone willing to listen, if she could just trust them. All of her pent-up angst against the guy that ruined her life. Released at the moment she just couldn't take it anymore. It can't get much worse than this for her, but she trusts me. What she needs to hear right now is... Okay, that's what that does. Alright, I'll just do it like this. I take my sunglasses off and lean forward, placing a hand on her shoulder. She takes a moment to register the new sight and looks right at me, anticipating the whatever I'm about to say. Olivia, I'm so sorry you went through all that. I promise you, I won't ever do anything to hurt you like that. That story, I've never heard anything like it. I didn't know someone could be so cruel. We're friends, Olivia, even if you don't have anybody else. New tears peek from her eyes. I won't leave you behind. For now and always, I'll be your friend, no matter what. Olivia sniffles. Okay. Thank you. She smiles and closes her eyes softly. The tears pool and slide down her cheek. As her tears fall freely into my jacket, they seem to take more of Olivia's regrets with them, granting her some relief. Sorry, I'm still leaning against your shoulder. It's fine. You can use my shoulder anytime. And I'm sorry about the art contest. Don't be. I'll forgive you. And with my piece finally spoken, I return my unnecessary shades to my eyes. Olivia finally breaks the silence. I know you say you forgive me and all, but I still feel like shit for putting you through all this. Now everyone's gonna expect you to be skilled at painting. They'll call you a fraud. Nobody talks to me anyways. Nobody else. Oh, yeah, I was trying not to think about it. Damn it, it's all my fault. Olivia rests her arms over her knees, and I'm surprised she manages to bury her long snout in them. An idea hits me. What if you taught me for real? Olivia raises her head from her arms. Taught you? Painting, for real. It's like you say, I have expectations to fulfill. Would you teach me how to paint like you do? I don't know. Tell you what, I'll forgive you if you teach me. You already said that. And same thing. Alright. Well, there, how about that? I take my sunglasses off and lean forward, placing a hand on her shoulder. She takes a moment to register the new sight and looks right at me, anticipating whatever I'm about to say. You're not a joke, Olivia. I appreciate you trying and all, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done. All that shit is what made me into a nihilist. I got the cure for that, right? I'm sorry. That don't ruin the mood. I wouldn't say you're a nihilist, Olivia. Plus, I don't think that's what that word means. You still enjoy some things. Got a better word? Well, there you go. That's besides the point. Ben did something horrible. But he didn't take your agency. Are you saying that I ruined my own life? Is that it? Annoyance bubbles up within me as she argues back. She wanted to get caught in the act. Yet, Olivia looks at me as if I just spat in her face. What the hell are you getting at, Inco? What am I getting at? The fact that you can't keep using Ben's shitty choices as a crutch. Okay, that's not anything. It's just a notification. Her breath catches. You need to take responsibility for your own life. Who you are and what you want to be. My words catch Olivia off guard. And they kept coming, unbidden now. You say that you're a nihilist. Yet you draw these amazing pieces that reflect these realistic fantasy worlds. And you say that no one wants to know you for you, but you know you have the pains. But you know that you have the pains. Ideken, Liz, me. Can you really blame any of that on Ben? Even the art contest. Ben didn't yank some evil string of fate and make you swap out the submission. You made yourself do it. I know it's hard. I have trouble with this too, but please, for all of us, take responsibility for your feelings, Olivia. Oh shit. Damn it, mouth. My tirade has left Olivia staring at me, mouth hung open, aghast at what I had said. My speech had went from 20 to 100 this time through. I'm sorry. My tirade has left Olivia staring at me, mouth hung open, aghast at what I had just said. I hiss in realization and try to backtrack. Sorry, that was over the line. Fuck you. Stopping completely, Olivia's head raises from my shoulder, and she glares at me. Her eyes are heartbroken, they're enraged. They're looking for something to lash out at. But they're trusting. Fuck you, for being right. I know all that, damn it. And you're the second to say it. Her eyes water and her head returns to my shoulder. Damn it. Damn it all, Inco. Now, what I'm assuming is that Olivia goes towards ending 2, and Inco goes towards ending 3 with the score, like with Snoot Game. That's how that worked from what I remember. Damn it. Damn it all, Inco. I'm stunned as she presses further against me, even using her arms to tuck her legs closer. You and Icon had... Fine. You're right, but... How do I start? I have no idea what I should do. Her voice sounds so weak, but there's a conviction hidden within it. Honestly, she should have just mauled me for what I said. It's what she wants. I can do this. Well, what do you think is wrong right now? You'll have to be more specific. Alright. What about Damien and his family? She hums in thought. And then there's Liz, too. All of them would probably like to hear your thoughts. Yeah. What would I say, though? Whatever you're feeling? Hell, just being more open in general would be something. I can hear her frowning, but also nod against my shoulder. Fine. What else? Mr. Attican. She scoffs. He probably already knows what you're thinking. Yeah, he reads me like a book. But he'd probably like to hear you say it. Yeah, he would. And me too. You got your turn. You told me just now, but I'd like to hear more about you. You're my friend. Alright. Starting now. I can hear her rumbling growl before she sighs. I'm sorry, Inco, for all the shit I've put you through since you've got here. For being a really shitty friend. For you having to put up with me. I chose to be your friend, Olivia, so don't apologize for that. Olivia looks up at me through the corner of her eye. Ben can't take your agency, and you can't take mine. I'm choosing this. You're silly. Her words were strained, but not from lack of water. The regret in her voice was raw, along with the honesty. Thanks. And I forgive you. And once again, silence. I fumble with my sunglasses, debating whether I should bother with them, given the rain. Might as well, I guess. They are prescription after all. We just lay back, listening to the patter of rain against our little tent. Just her and I, secluded from the world that's done so much to crush her. Man, she's really leaning against me. I crane my neck so I can turn and look at her. She looks so at peace now, even with the smeared mascara and wet hair. I'm starting to lose feeling in my arm, though. And watching her like this is... Is that a snore? I guess she would be pretty tired. It's been a long day for both of us. Even if it's only fourth period. Did I do alright? Things turned out pretty okay, but I'm anxious. The best I can do is be there for her. In this case is letting her have my shoulder for a bit. Pressed up against me. My eyes slide closed, my lids grow heavy, and I try to lose myself in the pitter-patter of the rainfall. Oh. Oh my god. Olivia jerks herself up and starts coughing into her fist. Fuck. Oh. Am I gonna get pregnant? How long? About 5 minutes, probably. Jeez, sorry. You know, I remember when you got onto me for just sitting near you back at the party. Shut up. Looks like you are improving a bit. Olivia bonks the umbrella, making it splash a bit onto me. Hey! Ugh. Anyway, Olivia stretches her arms. Things go quiet again. Olivia finally breaks the silence. I know you say you forgive me and all, but I still feel like shit for putting you through all this. Now everyone's gonna expect you to be skilled at painting. And they'll call you a fraud. And, now if there's any extra tidbits that happen in between this, because I make the right choices, you know, like little extra conversations that, well, I'll look through the game again and see if they're there, and I'll try to put them in. But I think the choice scenes are the choice scenes, and that's it. Everything else is the same. That's what I'm assuming with how this works and how they put it together. Yeah, and I think it's just the same conversation. Like with Mr. Ottican there, you'd think like extra lines would be put there if I make the right choices. Like in my head, that could be a possibility. You know what I mean? But I don't. But I'm pretty sure it's not like that. So that's a transition of some sort, not the backgrounds and anything like that. Wait, is this correct? I don't know if the skipping caused them to be in the wrong spaces. No, whatever. No, even if this Buster loser wants to give Olivia special treatment for her disability, I'm not gonna overcompensate for her sake. She hates that. As for the game, though, it's a bit disappointing. But what can you do? It's just one match. I've had plenty of fun with Olivia today, and we'll have fun afterwards as well. I should just focus on that in the game. On the display, I watch Wani Long do some crazy gravity-defying rising spin kick. I guess that's supposed to be Chun-Li. Doesn't this imply the nickname Hot Wheels was also given out of pity? Discarding that thought. No need to make myself mad. Wani Long manages to go from that absurd kick into grabbing Buster's sorry, larger character and bodily dragging him to the bottom of the screen. The arcade machine replays the impact, landing thrice, and even in slow-mo. Winner! Wani Long. Buster, okay, so they're in the correct spaces. Buster throws up his arms in defeat. Well, you got me. Looks like I underestimated you. He sticks out a hand for Olivia. When she goes to grab it, he shakes it firmly. Well, he's a good sport. Thanks, you're pretty good too. Buster raises her arm like a wrestling champion. The gathered crowd bursts into cheers once more. Damien, too, I consider if he just forgot. No, he has the right idea. I'm not going to be a stick in the mud about it. Alright, that was awesome. Hey, you know they sell food here, right? We should get some snacks to celebrate. And, yeah. Damien, wait for the rest of us. Behind me, Olivia's brow furrows with worry, just for a second. I smile back at her. She shakes her head and smiles back. You did pretty great. Thanks. Are you hungry? Damien wants to go get some stuff. Damien's always hungry. But sure, I'm up for a pretzel. Alright, let's go catch up with them. Her legs up. She's crossed her legs. I just noticed that. I just noticed the phone. Let's see what happens. I made the wrong choice just about every time. I thought sometimes I was doing the good thing. I can't afford to slack off right now. Besides, I made a promise to the groom, and I don't want to let him down. Or Mr. Ottican, for that matter. I silence my phone and slide it into my jacket pocket, pushing off the wall and taking hold of my camera. Where should I even start? I think I have a few ideas. With the groom's words still ringing in my ear, I find a second wind of sorts. I can't really understand it. I feel like I'm already picking out prime shots from just scanning over the hall. While Ben has continued his more autonomous rapid-fire approach with the staccato clicking of his snapshots, I've been singling out couples in their moments just scattered throughout. I think some of them have even noticed, some seeming to maneuver themselves out of the parasaur's view. Young man over here. An elderly dino catches my attention, waving me to her table where she and her family are sitting. We need a good Christmas card photo, if you would be so kind. Of course, ma'am. The large group moved to one side of the table for me, smiling sincerely at my lens. Yeah, this is all different, I believe. The first shot seemed perfect, but for their sake I make sure to take a couple extra. Thank you. Do you know how long those will take to be? Do you know how long these will take to be developed? The photos should be developed fairly quickly. We'll be sure everyone gets these before the end of the month. They smile and nod, letting me return to... Don't forget us. Yeah, get me and my wife. My next clients, pulling me aside to take shots of them in a secluded corner. And after that, some of the bridesmaids had grabbed me to take shots for them. It isn't long before even some of the servers are wanting pictures of themselves posing in front of the decorations. Somehow I'm able to squeeze my way out of the mayhem and make my way towards the back of the venue in order to get some much needed fresh air. Shortly after, I notice Ben doing the same thing, though he manages to do so far more gracefully by talking his way out of whatever requests the wedding goers have for him. Makes me wish I was better at communicating and asserting myself in these kinds of situations. Ben takes notice of me and approaches at a very casual pace, with no one else seemingly taking notice of him. Taking a breather? I just give Ben a nod of my head, causing him to smile and adjust his glasses with his index finger. Well, the wedding's almost finished, so the worst of the workload's behind us. That was good. That was a good... Ben checks his phone. 8 hours? Jeez. Yeah, man, my legs are starting to hurt. You're telling me you don't even have a tail. How do you think I feel? We sigh together. It's the first bit of silence we've had in a while. Across the room, Ben, the bride, slumps into a chair, trying to kick her heels off. The groom sees me and shrugs a bit, smirking. So, how are you feeling about the pictures you've taken? I think I'm pretty confident in mine. Once you have the right equipment, it's just a matter of socializing right and getting the right shots of for those sorts of events. I'm satisfied. You? Honestly, I'm not sure. I've been taking all these pictures, right, but it's like something's missing. Missing? You make it sound like some grand art thing. I know. Back across the room, the bride motions to her new husband. It looks like it's the time of night for him to carry her out in his arms, like in all the movies. She was probably not expecting all those slick moves to position her on his back, like a child. He laughs to himself while she pouts loudly and holds onto his hair to keep balance. Okay. I like the tail. I like that detail. It looks juvenile, honestly, as the bride taps at the exhausted groom's head with balled-up fists, but he's laughing. A laugh so infectious that her pout is replaced with delighted giggles of her own when he finally catches her hand in his and just holds it. Once again, they're talking, and the bride is melting into putty at his quiet words. For how menial it is, and how crude that guy was earlier, that understanding and genuine playfulness between them. Without a thought, I'm already looking through the viewfinder and making the focusing adjustments for the perfect shot. The shot is cheesy, but sincere. They both look beyond exhausted, their clothes showing the wear and tear of the night, and their body language screaming their need for sleep. And also the smiles they have as they try and look at each other in their awkward positions speak metric volumes of just how happy they are after it all. Why'd you do that? Why'd you... Why'd you do that? Huh? Do what? You took a picture just now. Did I? When did my finger get placed over the shutter button? I guess I did. I checked the new entry in the camera roll. Careful, that's an easy way to waste a lot of memory. Should probably just delete it. Delete it. Huh. I think it'll be fine. Actually, got a good feeling about it. Seemed pretty natural, you know? Ben rolls his eyes. If you say so. Before the parasaur goes back to his assembly line photo taking, I grab his shoulder. By the way, Ben... Mia stopped by our lunch table earlier today to complain about Olivia to Olivia. Oh boy. Said you were trying to call her, but was upset she wasn't picking up. I don't want to pry into your personal business, but aren't you two on bad terms? Huh? What are you talking about? What? I haven't spoken to Olivia in ages. Huh. I thought you were above gossip, Inco. Sorry, I just... Alright, you boys ready to pack up? Pretty long night, huh? Our teacher looks haggard as he steps up to us. His wings are dragging on the floor, and he's propping himself up with one of the light stands we'd brought. Despite his exhaustion, he's grinning widely. You two enjoy your first work experience? Oh, absolutely, Mr. Atkin. I managed to load up both of the memory cards you gave to me. And even I managed to try out the different kinds of lenses you brought. Glad to hear, Ben. What about you, Inco? Well, if I'm being honest with you, it took a while for me, Mr. Atkin. Well, I suppose it is a tough order to start with. So many things to account for and all. No, I meant that I didn't really get that many good shots till the end, Mr. Atkin. I didn't even finish the first card you'd given me. I see. Well, when we go through these next week, I'm sure they'll be fine. I think this is all the same. I think that was all the... Okay. Nothing left to do. Ben and I linger a bit behind the group. Yeah, these came out pretty dang great. Thanks again for... Hello, what's this? The laptop displays that last picture I took, somewhat unintentionally. He scans the photo with a critical eye. He nods and chuckles with approval. Okay, kid, good job. Be sure to print this one out for me, Trent. I'm gonna put it in my wallet. Sure. Despite how lackluster his compliment is, I can't help but feel proud of my work. It's been a while since I felt like this. Looks like I'll be taking the late night metro home. Still, I had fun today. I bring out my own phone, noticing the half-dozen messages Olivia had sent while I was busy. Do it for me, are you winning it yet? Better be. Guts bet me some sunflower seeds that Ben would win. While there were more messages, that one in particular had me thinking. I mean, it wasn't a competition to begin with, but there's also the fact that the groom hadn't complimented any of Ben's shots, so... Collect your winnings, Olivia. Yeah. It's like the bugs. Ugh. Good job, Agent. You deserve a reward for your hard work. I'm not going to make any jokes. A reward? What kind of reward? Oh my. Would she really? No. No, she would not. She knows that I'm with Ben and Ideken. The interior of the car feels a few degrees warmer as I await with bated breath. I think I'm a little bit of a pervert on the inside. Inco, you okay? You're breathing pretty hard. I'm just horny for green titties. Fine, perfectly fine, just, car sick. I make sure there is absolutely no way anyone except me can view my screen. As extra protection, I dimmed the brightness of it to the point that only I'd be able to see a thing in the darkness of the car. Finally, Olivia's text comes through. I hold my breath before opening my eyes to see. I'm the #1 biggest boy of all. No titty shots. No titty pics. Right. Mr. Ideken, I think Inco's about to vomit. Not in here! This one time, I don't know how I was sick. Well, never mind. I was sick, and in the car, I was in the car, in the back seat, and I had to roll that window down fast, I think, because I stuck my head out and just let it go. And I think we were turning a corner as it happened, and oh my God. I'm pretty sure that happened to me. I'm pretty sure. In hindsight, I should have seen that coming, seeing as I'm in love with her and all. Damn my hormones. Sorry. Nope, I chose the wrong thing every time. My God. My hands cup hers, eliciting a small gasp from the girl. Even with the darkened lenses of my shades, I can make out her moon-silver eyes, filled with all the worries of this past month. Worries she'd endured because of our friendship. And possibly more. Inco. My fingers curl softly, pushing the key back into her palm. My lips move, but no sound comes out. You'll understand, Olivia. Either from my unspoken words or my comforting grip, Olivia's able to gather her courage. We share a simple nod, and her hand finally moves to the panel. Vinny had a Luigi moment right there. That's dark. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. What now? What exactly did I do? Doesn't seem to affect anything at this point. But we'll see what happens. But it does seem like it'll be different. Liz? Yeah? How could it be? Could it be the case that doing what you're supposed to doesn't always work? Isn't that a trick question? Of course it isn't. Is that what you're thinking? Well, you guys got into an argument over it. Olivia got hurt over it. And I feel a bit responsible. Nonsense. This stupid stuff is our own petty, catty squabble. Well, I want to do something to fix it. Well, I have an idea of what to do. Thing is, I really don't want to upset anyone. Or worse, get them mad at me. You only want to do things that others will support then. Yeah. But here it's not an option, I don't think. It's a catch-22, sure. You're great with people. You're on the school council. Probably have lots of arguments there. Like you wouldn't believe. What do you do then? Liz looks out the window. Guess that's a good question to ask. Well, here's how I see it. If I have something that needs saying, I'll just say it. It doesn't matter how others think in that case. Some things you just have to be cold with. That's just how some things are. Ah. Sorry if that's not the answer you were looking for. No, it was good. I appreciate your perspective. It's actually a good example of itself. I think that's what I needed to hear. That's a good way to put it. Thanks for the advice. I'll try to make things right once Olivia gets back. Sure. I focus on my food and what I'll say while we wait for Olivia's return. Liz offers to trade her bacon strips for a few onion rings. Sucker. Finally, Olivia comes rolling back to the table. Back. Let's see how it goes. Okay. I am reminded of what happened. Well, I did this first, so... Well, Olivia, you really did hurt Liz's feelings when you said you'd rather not be here. After all she's done to make this trip happen. And it is true, you've been like this for a while. You said you had an inferiority complex regarding Liz. How much better than you think she is. But it shouldn't say anything in regards to your painting skill or how you deal with friends. You've made great progress since, and what Liz said to you wasn't called for. But you really should take others' feelings into account more. Like how we do for you. You can't just be thoughtless like you've been, yeah? Okay, whatever. So, we're good? Sure. Thank you, Inco. And that's that. Liz? Yes, Inco? I need to side with Olivia. It does seem like you're singling her out over old feelings. You really think so? A bit, yeah. Olivia's changed, so there's no need to hold grudges. You're friends after all. That's what Damien would think. Well, what would Damien think? You're right. Somewhat, but I get where you're coming from. So, are we good? Yeah. Olivia? Yep. Thanks, Inco. A heavy breath escapes me as I stand from my chair. If you'll excuse me, Liz. Her head tilts comically further than needed in question. Like a dog. Sorry. I just want to check on Olivia. No. She waves me off as I turn away. Making my way through the restaurant, a part of me marvels at how I don't even feel the room spin. Kinda makes me dizzy, honestly. But it's just mental busy work to distract myself. After all, I've no idea what I'm gonna say to Olivia. Hey, should I ask her how she is? Inco? Well, I'm on the spot now. Hey, just came to see what you were doing. I thought I had more time to think about things, but instead, being by the restrooms, Olivia was... But instead of being by the restrooms, Olivia was... Why are you here by the bar? I wanted to see if they'd give me a mimosa. What? Mimosa. Boil 'em, mash 'em, put 'em in a stew. You know, like OJ and champagne. Olivia, you can't drink. Says you. She takes a long sip from a glass flute filled with orange liquid. I make to slap it out of her hand, but her tail stops me. I'm joking, jeez. God. It's like you, Inco, a virgin.
Major fracture detected.
She grins at my scowl and continues sipping on her drink. Want some? She holds out the glass to me with that smug smile of hers. Taking the flute, I can clearly see where her lips had touched it. An indirect kiss? Sorry. Olivia looks to be leaning forward as I stare at the glass. Ignoring the heat in my cheeks, I tip the glass above me, carefully pouring some of the liquid into my mouth. Oh. That's just juice and ginger ale, Olivia. Handing her back the glass. For a split second, I thought I saw some disappointment in her eyes. Maybe I'm just seeing things now. With a shake of my head, I refocus. I came to check on Olivia and fix things between her and Liz. You okay, Olivia? Yeah, totally. Why wouldn't I be? Her eyes are wide open and yet not looking my way. Well, because of what Liz said. Oh. She sags in her chair. Olivia? No, yeah, that was... Her finger circles the lip of her glass as she thinks. I'm not hurt, just frustrated. She looks at her glass one final time, and then downs the last quarter of it in a single swallow. Afterwards, Olivia sets it on the bar, on top of a couple crumpled dollar bills. I mean, Liz just doesn't get it, Inco. Maybe if she walked a mile in my shoes, she would, but I hate to see you guys go at it like that. Yeah. Maybe it's been a long time coming for me, but who cares? A long time coming. I know she's been a bit frustrated for a while. Probably been holding that in. Doesn't mean I'd want to hear it, though. All the time I've known her, she's just been so far ahead of me. You heard her yap about how her art's getting better, how many connections she has, and how it'll get her $1 billion or whatever. I'm the better artist, but I don't even know how to start getting my crap together like that. I look at that chasm between us, and it fills me with dread. It's just jealousy. I know it. It's been getting worse every time she mentions getting further in life. Well, I can't even convince myself to try. It's different actually getting her upset at me over this specifically. I just mentioned being someone she'd rather... I just mentioned being someone she'd consider a real acquaintance, and she just blows up like that. You want to talk about it? No. You sure? Is that what you wanted to see me about? Partially. I think the other part is that I'm a bit confused. I wasn't expecting things to go the way they did. So I came to see you, to ask for help to make this right. Uh-huh. Well, I'm not apologizing if that's what you mean. Oh. Alright, I guess I went back. Okay. It's not my fault they reacted like school children. Olivia, hear me out. What? You just admitted yourself you were... Olivia, hear me out. What? You just admitted yourself you were expecting that from Liz, yeah? You know how she's feeling. I want to smooth things out with everyone. Can you please help me? She's the one that snapped at me. What do you want from me? just to consider her feelings? She's already down because her date ideal fell through. And then you said you don't even want to be here. That's not what I said. It basically was. She's doing something nice for us, Olivia. And I've been trying to include everyone in the conversation. It just needs to happen. There's no need for us to have any ill will towards each other, right? Yeah, I know. So can we try to smooth things over with Liz? I got a plan. Once we get back, I can chime in into the argument and put it to rest. Fine. But you're helping me when I do finally get to the painting. You got it. So, ready to go back? Her smile seems to travel all the way to her tail as it bobs along her head's nod. Sure. Olivia follows me back to our table. Hey, hey, you guys are back. Everything good? All cooled off? Yeah, everything's great. I want to give my 2 cents, try to resolve everything. I'm gonna just assume this is the exact same dialogue that I've had before. Yeah, it's the same thing. Ask Olivia for help. How does she know how to deal with avoiding upsetting others? No, that's not it. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that. Rubbing my scalp to help my thoughts flow. I just let my words come out unfiltered. I'm serious here, Olivia. I need some help. I have her full attention now, and my words just keep coming. I feel like I did everything right, but it went wrong. You and Liz got into an argument. And though it wasn't heated, you got hurt. It scares me. For a brief moment, Olivia's gray eyes widen in surprise. I have a few ideas on what to do, but nothing that won't make someone upset. Or worse, get them mad at me. Why do you care about our opinions so much? Wait a minute. Oh, that's still the same. Why do you care about our opinions so much? Because you're my friends? I want us all to get along and enjoy the lunch we got invited to. But I don't know how to fix it. The only things I can think of will just probably make you guys upset with me. So that's why I'm asking you. Me? You're, self-reliant. You're strong in your stance to never accept help on account of your condition. For the longest time, that confused me. Well, it still does. But you do it. It confuses you? Well, it's like others are willing to give, and giving feels good. So when you deny it, it's like telling them those thoughts don't matter. One way to put it. That's the part I don't get. Even though everyone stands to gain something, for the sake of your goals, you don't accept. You take the hard road. Saying it out loud. I like it. I'm willing to give it a shot. But I don't know how. What do you do when there's no good option? Wow. Thanks. I guess I'll put it this way. It'd make an alcoholic happy to give him alcohol, even though it hurts him. But sending him to rehab, that's painful. It's not a happy journey to make. But it's good for him. Absolutely. That's my point. Don't worry about making others comfortable and happy if something needs getting done. In my case, it means ignoring the help because my own goals need to be done. If it makes someone uncomfortable, then that's their problem, not mine. When something needs doing, you just gotta do it. And when no option seems like it'll make people happy, well, you do what you can. That makes sense? I'm making this up as I go along. I think so, yeah. If it's the right thing, you'll get the support you need. After all, I got you. And even if you don't, standing alone for your standards is cool. You'd be trying, and that's what matters. Yeah. Thanks, Olivia. Hey, you're welcome. Saying all that out loud is helping me understand a few things too. You ready to head back? I have an idea on how to smooth everything over. Sure. I'm curious what you have in mind. Even if you think I won't like it. I start heading back to the table. Olivia follows close behind me. Okay. Was this there before? Oh. Something new. Let's see if this changes anything. Both of you are wrong. Wrong, I say. Secret score. That's a little hard to get to. I take a deep breath. I don't really want to have to do this. Olivia watches carefully. She talked me through this. I can do it. She won't stop being my friend over this. Get over yourself, Inco. Just say what needs to be said. I think you're both acting silly. Really? Both of us? I didn't know that trying to get you guys conversing would make these sour feelings come up. And that was my mistake. My bad. But it's just ridiculous. Liz, I get Olivia was a shut-in and didn't open up to you back then. That's clearly not the case anymore, is it? That was a question. No, I guess not. Then what use is holding a grudge? Accomplishing your goals on your own is fine. That's your prerogative. But when you say Olivia is just treating you differently because she has something to gain, you know that's not right. And Olivia, I hate to say this, but you have been pretty thoughtless here as well. Liz is trying to do something nice for us. And hey, we all get to have a nice dinner in this crazy place. But when you say you'd rather be home, painting, it's not just insulting Liz. It tells me you'd rather not be here with me as well. I love how much you've opened up to us, Olivia. What seems to me is that both of you just refuse to see eye to eye. Too much pride going on. The sooner we stop trying to get the other to act the way we think they should, the better. And I thank you for your advice. I hope you won't be mad at me for saying this. Just please, be a little more considerate. That's it. Again, sorry if I went too far. You're right. It's a little eloquent for such a little argument. Well, it was bothering me. And it would have turned into something more, given time. Alright, that's fair. I appreciate the effort. That's what you had in mind when you asked for advice? Yeah. I figured it'd be something a lot worse. Like the roast of the century you've been holding in against us. But if that's it, that's also decent. You're usually pretty thoughtful, so I guess I can see how that was a lot for you. We're nearly adults. That's not going to bother us. At least, it shouldn't. So, are you good? Yeah. Thanks, Inco. Thanks. That went much better than expected. After things settled down, we finished off our meals. Back. Okay, now do it properly. Can you give us some time, Ben? The student council president's taken aback by my words. But you... Wait a minute. Yeah, it's doing it correctly. Olivia. His frustration with us seems to grow with each second. Ben, look, No. I finally turned to Ben with my hands raised defensively. Ben, listen. We need to do this. For Attican. For everyone that cared about him. For us. So why won't you help me? We want to, Ben. Really. But can't you see that what you're asking for is way too soon? Damn it, we just found out. His breathing is haggard now, his composure completely blown. And his own pain is painted across his face as he allows his glasses to slide away from his puffy red eyes. Just... Ben... Her voice is so soft and gentle. Her head turns back to me, her own pain still in her eyes, but also sympathy too. She looks forward and her words are more resolute. Ben, I understand. The Parasaur boy's breathing hitches. You're right. We should do this. And I will. I promise I will. But it's too soon. We all need time. But he clenches his teeth, followed by his fists. He takes a sharp, uneven breath, his glasses sliding off his face and right into the floor. He's so agitated, so exasperated and devastated that he doesn't seem to care. My free hand finds itself on my other friend's shoulder, forming a full link between us. Olivia reaches down and picks up the prescription glasses, using her sleeve to smudge them cleanish. Ben struggles, his already broken composure fracturing further. His hands shake as he accepts the pre-offered eyewear from Olivia, having great difficulty setting them back on straight. When he can finally look up from the floor, his eyes are even more raw with fresh pain. You promise? Olivia nods at the quivering question, her own lips starting to shake as well. Yeah, but for now, Ben finally gets it, as his emotional dam is near bursting. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Ben walks up to me and pats me on the shoulder. With a final solemn look at Olivia and nod towards me, he walks out of the classroom and leaves Olivia and I alone. As the door clicks close behind me, I hear Olivia take a sharp and shuddery breath before turning to look at me. Oh! Oh, this is the... Okay. This is where everything just changed. So when does it... and then it stopped. This is where it diverges. Alright, we're gonna... With this scene, that's where I'll do the ending differences, blah blah videos, whatever I'm trying to say. You know, you get it. Like, this is where I'll start from. Yeah, I think I'll just make that the ending videos and go forward. So yeah, this is the everything different video. So we'll get the other 3 endings next time. I'll just start from 2, 3, and 4. Just to keep it on the up and up. Just to have something better to look forward to each time.